How to read people's mind without letting them know. I'm not talking about psychic abilities, magic, or superpowers. In any conversation, the person talking to you has in their minds already decided how much they're willing to share with you, the nature of relationship, and how they're going to behave. That is how people build an impression in your mind. It happens because that impression is well scripted. Now, obviously, that script is not very well prepared. It's a general prescription to handle and protect yourself, your secrets, and your vulnerabilities from people you meet. So, it has a lot of holes in it that you can explore. How do you do that? 1. In the conversation, you take them to a place they aren't expecting to go. I don't mean take them to a dark place or somewhere uncomfortable. I'm talking about unexpected, new. Every conversation practically consists of the same questions and concerns. How are you? What do you do? How was your day? What do you want to do? What are your plans? The nature of these conversations is predictable and rehearsed. People have had this very conversation several times before. So, when you don't ask them this right away, you change the format and they're intrigued. Their mind works on a much more conscious level because for the first time, they have to think. And they are interested because it is new. 2. If the conversation isn't about the day, their health, well-being, job, then what should I talk about? Not all topics should come out of your conscious mind. Ask bullshit questions like, which instrument do you like more? Guitar, piano, or violin? Which one would you choose? This question, strangely enough, is new and takes the control of the conversation to a place they've never been. And because it is a non-threatening question, they will comfortably walk with you to this new place. The amazing thing about such questions is it makes them think, go off script. This is just an example. I would suggest you ask them questions that are things you find yourself thinking about. Ask them things you're confused about. Those are real conversations which will reveal a lot about their mind because of 2 reasons. A, you think about these things a lot, so you're already well aware about this area. B, they weren't expecting you to be deep. They were expecting formal, fake, repetitive, banal questions. So, in answering your questions, they will reveal a lot about themselves which otherwise they wouldn't have. 3. Rely on your intuition a lot. Intuition is accumulated knowledge and experience in your brain sounding an alarm when your brain processes something doubtful. Should you rely on your intuition 100%? Fuck no. Most often, it is just your personal fears. You shouldn't believe it right away, but you should most certainly follow up on your intuitions and conduct an investigation. So let's say you have a doubt in your mind, but instead of investigating, you believe the story the person sells you. For example, someone is telling you about their views on how they approach relationships, and suddenly the alarm rings. That's your brain telling you, I'm not buying this. This seems like bullshit. But what people do is, in these moments, they tell their brain to shut up and believe word for word what the other person is saying. You have great investigative faculties. If you ignore them, you're going to become dumb and people will fool you. 4. Accept that people lie a lot. In fact, they lie to themselves a lot. So when they're not even sparing themselves, who the fuck are you? So it should be your duty to not just accept whatever they tell you. It is your duty, if you are looking to form a relationship with them, to find out what they are bullshitting about and how much they bullshit. Both are equally important. By finding out what they're bullshitting about, you get to know what they're insecure about, what they don't like about themselves, and how much they bullshit tells you the degree of relationship they have with bullshitting. Is it too easy for them? Are they good at it? If it is too easy for them, then you can assume that they may be manipulative, selfish, self-centered. And upon finding out deeper, you can distance yourself from such people. 5. Be genuinely curious. If you want to learn the truth, it has to be a pursuit and not accidental findings. Curiosity will open your ears to the words and eyes to the truth. People, when talking, are mostly concerned with prolonging the conversation, making the other person happy, impressing them. These are all byproducts of an interesting conversation. And interest comes from curiosity. If you are curious about them, they will sense your interest, and people are interested in themselves the most. Therefore, it is bound to be an interesting conversation. But curiosity will lead you to the truth. 6. Don't show a flicker of judgment. People can sense when you're judging them because their mental faculties are on that lookout. Nobody wants to overshare. Nobody wants to open up to anybody they've just met. And any sign of judgment closes all windows of opening up. So even if they are discussing something that your brain categorizes as bad idea, don't judge. Listen to what they're saying. If what they're saying is something you see as a red flag, use that to decide if you wish to stay around such people or not. But by judging them, you basically teach them what not to share with you. 7. Comedy. Many a true word is spoken in jest. People tell you a lot about themselves in humor than in seriousness. Now, I'm not saying that you should judge them on their jokes. What I'm saying is, when they're in that mood, listen extra close to what they're saying. They will reveal a lot about their real opinions thought process, biases, prejudices, because jokes come from an ideological place. Things you feel strongly for and things you feel strongly against. 8. Don't be afraid to ask questions. If anything they say makes a connection with something in your mind, but you think, hey, should I ask that? Would it be proper? Ask. Reasons. A. You're already talking about it. B. A question is innocent. What matters is intentions. People are never bothered by the question. They are doubtful about your intentions. So, if the question comes from genuine curiosity and not judgment, the other person will read that in your voice. If they want to confirm, they will ask you, why are you asking that? Tell them because you are curious and they will answer. People like to talk about themselves. It is actually their favorite thing. 9. Focus on hints they're going to drop subconsciously. Now, I don't expect that you will be able to pick on those very easily. It requires heavy focus in differentiating between when they are reading a script and when they go off script, when they are in control and when they are losing that control, when they are defensive and when they are freely sharing. If you keep your ears open and focus on the words of the person, you would actually start picking on these things very quickly. 10. Deduce endlessly. Everything they say has a meaning, and lots of meaning. Every detail hides a story. Every dot is a sign of a picture. Deduce and ask and don't judge and encourage and laugh about shit they say and be cheerful. Keep it positive. You are mature. Even if you are an asshole judgmental prick, pretend you are mature about every word that comes out of their mouth. This makes you understand the person you're investing your time in and if they're even worth that. Now, obviously this is a YouTube video, so I couldn't have really explained in great detail how to do this with very detailed, relatable examples. If you want, I can very easily write a complete book on this. If you want that, answer in the comments. Also, a lot of people ask me to publish books. So if you'd want me to write a book, give me your suggestions. The top comments will get a book written on them. I hope you're having a great day. See you in the next video, and never forget, you are awesome.